National Weather Service alarm tone. During potentially dangerous weather situations, especially equipped receivers are automatically activated to warn of the impending hazard.
Happy birthdays as well. You always find a Lay's Courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, plus emergency alert system radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the Reecom R-1630C. It's a desktop weather and all hazards alert radio. I picked this up for $18, shipped off eBay, new in the box. And here it is. There's a picture of the radio. Dual line display, very awesome. Some bullet points. This radio came highly recommended by my subscribers. They said if you're going to be buying these radios, this is the one to look at. So I'm glad I got this. There's some more bullet points. We'll pretty much cover everything about this radio. There you go. That's the box in a nutshell. I took everything out. We'll show you what came in the box. Go ahead and just lower this down a little bit. Okay, we get the power supply. This is the 12 volt, looks like a 250 milliamp hour output. You're going to run your radio mainly off of this all the time, but if you lose power, there's battery backup on the radio, and we're going to talk about that. That makes that radio very important and portable to me. Since my whole channel is about portable radios, this desktop radio is going to be amazing, so I'll talk about that. But there is the power brick. Set that aside. Next we have the manual. There you go, the model R-1630C. Pretty simple manual, clear and concise, very easy to read. Definitely written by English-speaking Americans. Everything's understandable. There's a really cool alert test message table. I'm showing you all the alerts on the radio, which is cool. And the first 48 you can change. You can what they call defeat the siren, so you don't have to hear it. So coastal flood warning, I'll probably never have to worry about that since I don't live on the coast. But you can actually change all that. Then over here, after the first 48, 49 to 76, those particular ones you cannot change. They're not even in the menu on the radio. So those are pretty important warnings that they don't want you messing with. So, okay, that's good. And then in the back here, we do have the specifications, and this is where it gets interesting. So there's your power supply, battery backup, 4 AA batteries. The really cool thing is battery backup time with fresh alkaline batteries, 200 hours standby time. I've never seen that in a radio like this. It's amazing. 50 hours with the weather radio on. So that is like in nature pure portability. I mean, just it's amazing. That's why I made my channel. And I think this is really cool to feature because I can actually take this as a portable radio anywhere I need to go and not worry about losing power really fast because of that backup time. That's just amazing. It just carries some extra batteries with you and you just keep loading it up. Especially if you're out of power for a week or two, you could have this thing going for a long time. I like that. And then there's all your channels. Okay, so there it is in a nutshell. Let's bring the radio forward. Here we are, the Reecom. Let's go over dimensions real quick. 8 inches across, 5 3/4 inches tall. It has a case depth of 2 inches. I brought out some other radios to compare it with. Let me bring this back up. Our first one's a little Midland handheld, the HH54VP. Very cool mobile setup. It does use the batteries fairly quickly. It does not have the runtime like this does. I don't know why that's so different. This runs on 3 AA batteries, but this is more of a portable nature, more rugged, more carry, of course. But definitely doesn't run as long on batteries versus this. But it gives you an idea for size. And then we have another desktop model, very popular, you guys will recognize, the Midland WR120. It's the staple of all emergency desktop radios. I like it. I like the sound of it. I like the compact features of it. Its reception is really good. The one thing I don't like is it's just got a single line LCD. And it's got a really blue light, a dark blue light that I don't care for. This has a green light that I actually like. But those are the things that I don't like about this radio. But otherwise, this radio is a really good one too. So if you guys are looking, there's another one to look at, the Midland WR120. Pretty much the same price category. I got this for $20 new in the box. shipped from eBay also. So there you go. Let's go ahead and bring this back down and talk about some features. And we'll turn it on and go through the menu settings. So features, it's pretty much smooth plastics all the way around there, as you can see. Front, we have Reecom, specific area message encoding. That's for your county codes, which we'll talk about. Here it says alert level. We have an advisory LED, which is yellow. We have a watch LED, which is orange, and a warning LED, which is red. NOAA, public alert. That 2-line display showing us the calendar and year. And we also have the time, which is very important, so it can tell you when the event came through and how long the event's going to last. Over here, we have all county codes set. That means any county that has a warning that this radio can pick up, it'll generate the alert. Over here, we have alert enabled. We have voice mode for the alert. There's different alarm. There's an alarm mode and a voice mode, and I'll show you that. Over here, we have the menu. To access the menu, use the program key. Here we have review buttons. Up here we have for memory, so what came through in events. This will tell us if any events came through. That'll go away on its own here in a second. You can see it's got a green light LCD, and I really like that. It's nice. And when you're hooked up to the power, you can hit enter, and it'll continuously run that light all the time. So that's really a handy feature if you like that. Let's see, at the program key to enter the menu. Enter, of course, button for entering commands in the menu. Doing menu choices with the volume, and of course choices there. We have a radio button, turns the radio on, and a snooze feature for the dual alarm setup. Here we have stop to stop the radio or to stop the alarm. Here we have a 2-inch speaker, which is okay. It's not fantastic, but it does its job for what it is. It's just voice. On the back, it's interesting. I'm going to show that to you. We have the antenna. This antenna extends out to 22 inches. Pretty amazing. Let me see if I can pivot this up a little bit. Here's our DC input. It says 10 volts. We saw in the book goes from 9 to 14. There's your polarity. External antenna, which I will probably use with this radio. I find that I think I need it with this one. This whip is okay, but it's not as sensitive as my Midland, which I'm surprised. But this one here will definitely make a difference. I can run a wire antenna right to my window, which will be nice. And over here you see alarm out. This is a really neat feature. It actually shows polarity. You can actually build your own alarm system. You could have a strobe light or a device that for under a pillow that vibrates if you're hard of hearing. It'll actually wake you up by shaking, under your pillow, like, whoa, what the heck's going on? Nice feature if you can't hear an alarm. Also, there's a menu item to do what they call switch, to switch something on, because you can have mobile or different devices that require a switch mode. Over here we have audio out, so you can run an external speaker. It's pretty nice. Of course, we showed you the antenna. All right, and then the bottom of the radio, we have the model number, serial number, made in Hong Kong. There you go, and here's our battery compartment. Open that up for you. This holds the 4 AA batteries, which run at 200 hours in standby mode, which I think is amazing. Polarity, you can see kind of how they're all set up positive on top, and then going back and forth alternating, and positive to the left on the bottom. So there you go. Pretty simple setup there. You got little rubber feet here, and warranty void if damaged. I think there's screws underneath there. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through the menus. So this has 10 menu choices. I'm just going to go ahead and extend this antenna while we're here. It's got a 22-inch antenna. Okay, so enter the menu. You press and hold program for 2 seconds. Now there's 10 menu choices. There's a date and time, which is really simple. We're going to go ahead and use these keys to navigate the menu choices. So menu choice 2 is channel select. You can enter that.
Friday night, limited ice accumulation risk. Saturday night, limited non-thunderstorm wind risk. Limited snow risk.
And you can change it.
Sunday. 28. And winds in the mid-30s to lower 40s. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Will not be necessary through tonight.
So I'll put on the strongest station.
This is no weather radio station.
Enter that in. Okay, so our next choice will be enter county. Now this is the same code I was talking about, specific area message encoding, and you'll get those codes. They're county codes. So the code for your county you would find online, and I have that website right here in the book. There it is, the www.nws.noaa.gov/NOAA Weather Radio NWR/index NW. So you enter that in, And then you can find, you put your county in, and it'll tell you the 6-digit, what they call FIPS code, that you'll enter in for that county. Now this radio holds up to 26 counties. It might seem kind of crazy that's that amount, but it's mainly for traveling. So pretty much you'll probably have 4 or 5 local counties by you, depending on how your weather pattern is and how large your counties are. Typically, like for me, it's about 5 counties. 1 above, 1 to my west, 1 to the south, southwest, 1 to the south, 1 to the southeast, and probably 1 to the northeast. So you get because you can have fronts come in from these different directions. Typically, you'll never get one coming straight from the east to the west, but I do get southeast storms too sometimes. So yeah, it's kind of neat that you can say which counties you want around you. So you look at that and you enter in that county code. Real simple. You can enter up to 26 of them. There's 3 modes in here. There is, let me show you. There is the all county. That means any alert will come through on any codes it can pick up. And you can go over here to multiple county. That's where you enter in your county codes. I just put some in there. You can see that. So you can go all the way up to 26 if you have to, if you haven't entered. So to go back, just hit that button. Okay, so I have it set multiple county. Let's go back in and set that to all county. Okay, so there we go. We're back to all county codes. Let's go back to back to the menu. Next is alert mode. So alert mode, we can go in there. So what that does, that alert is enabled or alerts are disabled. If you disable them, I think it'll just come up with the display. It will not fire the siren, but we'll leave it enabled. And over here, it's going to say voice or siren. Right now it's on voice. So what voice means is it'll sound the alarm for 8 seconds, and then the radio will turn on. If I hit siren, it will go, whoops, I did the wrong thing there. Want siren. It'll run the siren for 5 minutes until you come over here and hit stop and then turn the radio on. So that's really nice. It'll get your attention for 5 minutes for sure. So let's go ahead and change that. So we want that, and then we want to change it back to voice. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to next menu setting, siren volume. So I'm going to set this down. I have to cover this up a little bit. Hit enter so you can change it. That's pretty good for me. Okay, so we'll set it at 1. Pretty basic there. Let's go to the next one. Set event blocking. So that's the cool feature. You can go and enter there. So this is neat. Let's see if I can bring this up here to so you can see right now it's lighting up the advisory statement light. This is what it would show when this happens. Required weekly test. By default, it's turned off. I turned it on. Alert enabled. And then we can go to the next one. Number 2, which is monthly weekly test. And required monthly test is turned on. It's turned off by default from the company. We have an administrative message, alert disabled. So I got avalanche watch, which I could probably disable that because I don't have an avalanche area where I have to worry about avalanches. So yeah, avalanche warning. Here we have a boiling water warning, blizzard warning. Pretty cool how they're showing the lights. Now these are the first 48 that you can adjust. You can defeat the siren. And this is a child abduction warning. Coastal flooding. So I probably don't need that one, but coastal warning, dam watch, dust storm. Don't have to worry about dust storms out here, typically. We have evacuation, that might be important. So let's look at flash flood. That's important. We have flash floods by us. Flash flood watch, warning, flood. Yeah, we could have floods too. Flood watch, flood warning, fire warning. Don't know if I need to worry about that. So here we go. Flash freeze warning. That's an interesting one. Freeze warning. High wind watch. High wind warning. So you get the idea. And you go through all. What would that say? Iceberg warning. Yeah. Don't know if I need that one. Pretty cool. National information. So, but any of these you can defeat or turn off or turn on the thing. Like here we had network message, notification, alert disabled. So if I wanted this on, enter, it's flashing. You can go alert enabled. So if this comes through network message, it'll beep, an advisory at me telling me that there's something whatever's happening. I don't know what that is, but it's a notification there. So let's go ahead and go back in there and disable it. Okay. So we'll go ahead and exit this. So you kind of have an idea about event blocking, which is pretty neat. Like I said, the first 48, and then the rest you can't. Let's see, next we have the alarm socket. Okay, so that's what I was talking about in the back there. The alarm socket. You can actually change it from 6 volts out to just as a switch. So you would hit enter here. And right now it's a DC out, and you can change that to switch. There you go. I don't have anything to plug into it yet. Siren Test. This is neat. This will go through the different sounds that it makes. So let's go ahead and listen to what it does. It's a warning. So bad news. Watch. Advisory. And then beep. So you get an idea what the radio sounds like when those warnings come through, so you're already prepared. I'll listen to that high speed sound. It's the warning, you know, you better do something real quick. Pretty nice that you can test that siren to make sure it's working. And it'll also fire whatever you have hooked up on the back there. Here we have set alarm 1 and set alarm 2. This allows us to set alarm to wake up, you know, if you're using this as a alarm clock, which is very handy. And there's our date and time again. So let's go ahead and exit this. And let's see, we'll go over things that we went over real quick, and then we'll go ahead and turn the radio on, listen to it for a little bit, like a minute or so. So let's see, we went over the 6-digit S.A.M.E code, very simple. I showed you how to look that up for your counties, very simple. It has a 25 event memory with date and time, which is nice. So you know, if the events come in, showed you can hit this this key here, the memory key, and that lets you scroll through your events when they come through. Of course, radio, turn the radio on from here.
Illinois and Northwest Indiana. For today
Hit again
and
for the
tonight,
frequency.
weather hazards
Volume.
expected. Elevated ice accumulation risk. Limited snow and sleet risk. Discussion. Snow will increase across the area early this morning from southwest to northeast, then begin a quick transition to freezing rain around daybreak. Ice accumulation to around 1/10 of an inch is possible on top of light snow to around 2 inches. Caution is urged during the morning commute. And now the extended outlook for the period Thursday through Tuesday. Friday night, limited ice accumulation risk. Saturday night, limited non-thunderstorm wind risk. Limited snow risk. Sunday, limited non-thunderstorm wind risk. Tuesday night, limited excessive cold risk. Now here is the hazardous weather discussion. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be necessary through tonight. At 10 a.m. at Chicago O'Hare, freezing drizzle was falling. The temperature was 30 degrees. The dew point was 29. And the relative humidity was 96%. The wind was east at 18 miles an hour. The wind chill was 18. The pressure...
So now you can mute it, which is nice. The light's always on now. So if you notice I hooked up the AC adapter, it knows that the AC is plugged in, and now it'll run that light continuously if that's what you want. You can turn that off, backlight off, and backlight back on. It's pretty handy, I like that. Otherwise, when you're on battery mode, it only has a 10-second delay. So there we are, the Reecom R-1630C. Okay, let's do final thoughts on this radio. Yeah, I really enjoy having this. I think it's awesome. I have this right now. I'm doing the review. I haven't had it through a stormy season yet. Where I live, typically, we don't have to start worrying about storms until like May-ish, May, June. We start worrying about those. Typically, I had some blizzard warnings and some, winter storm warnings, but this thing didn't light up, so apparently we don't get those warnings here, because I guess since we have them all the time, they don't want to keep lighting the radios up. So, but when we have thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, I'm definitely going to see these pop up and hopefully be able to record those for you guys. So you can see that I know it's a big deal. People like to capture those, and I'll try to be one of those to capture it, because I'm down in my basement, and typically these are where these are at. This is my safest place to be in a storm, so I'll have these radios with me when the storms hit, so it'll be a good thing. So this is a great radio. If you guys are looking for an emergency radio at home that can be active all the time, this is a good one to go for. I would spend the money because it's easily, if you find this new under $20 in the box, just go for it. It's a great setup. I love the ability to defeat the alarms on some of those. I like the dual line display. I do like the clock display. They handle it really nice. I like the switching part of that alarm system thing, so you can really customize how an alert goes out there. You can actually do something really fun with that. I think that's actually really cool and important, especially for those hard of hearing. So it's a recommended buy from me. So if you're looking, the Reecom 1630C is a great radio. They do make a 1650, so if you see a 1650 and it's affordable, you can pick that up too. I don't have that one to review, but I'm guessing it's going to be identical to this radio, but it adds a capability of AM and FM radio with, I believe, 10 presets on the bands. So you get a basic radio built into it. Not a bad feature to have a basic radio too, along with this. So you'd have your weather radio plus your AM, FM, and you have your alerts. You have all that in one package. So if you can't get the 1630 and you see a 1650 at a decent price, you pick that one up too. So there you are. So that's the Reecom 1630C. If you enjoyed the video presentation of this radio, please give me a big like. I appreciate it. I have more of these radios I'm going to review for you guys. Again, they're very simple, very straightforward. Some have different alarm tones. Some have different form factors, displays. So this gives you an idea of what they're capable of, and hopefully I can show you that in the video. Two, if you're new to my channel, you like Reecom or you like Midland emergency radios, and you're interested in this ES community, I'm going to be doing a lot with it. Hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notified of future videos. I do have a Discord server. Check it out in my video description. And we have a section all about events, emergency radios, weather radios. So that's a lot of fun stuff there, so go check that out. And then 3, comment below what you think about this Reecom 1630C. Do you own one? Do you like it? Do you use it? Do you know somebody that has one? Is this something that interests you that you haven't heard about? And you're like, hey, that's a great idea, Todderbert. Yeah, let me know. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next episode. Goodbye.